Hello guys, the walkthrough house here, bringing you another Minecraft tip or guide, I should say. First of all, you got me wondering, hey, this voice quality is a lot better than what you do for Adventures with a Noob. The problem is, with Adventures with a Noob, as I record live, my mic does not cooperate with the game volume, so I can only choose one. So I choose to go with the webcam mic and then collect the game volume. The webcam mic, you guys can hear my keyboard, you guys can hear anything like the birds chirping in the background and stupid stuff like that. So, but anyway, these infomercial videos, as I like to term them as, are gonna be a little bit better in voice quality. Anyway, what I'm presenting to you today, after playing as a noob for a long time and really coming up with lessons like what to do, what not to do when you are trying to survive on Minecraft. And I'm guessing you're playing above peaceful, because if you're playing on peaceful, you can might as well do anything and barely any consequences unless you die in lava or jump off a 64-story building. I don't know why you would do that, but I don't know. But anyway, so one of the first things is you need wood. Obviously, wood is the most essential part of Minecraft. I think it's without it you can't do anything really. I mean, to make a pickaxe you're gonna need a stick. To make a stick you need a wooden plank. You see? So there is some connection to wood some way somehow, you see. And if you want to get really critical about it, to find diamonds, you need an iron pickaxe. To make an iron pickaxe, you need iron. To pick iron, you need stone pick. To make stone picks, you need a stick, and yada yada yada. I don't want me to go into details. The first thing is make sure, right when you spawn in an area filled with trees. If you are spawning in a desert area, just quit out, delete the save file, freaking start over again until you get a place where you're surrounded in trees. Jungle biome is not a good place to start, even though you're surrounded by trees, because tall trees provide shade for the enemies. So when the sun comes up and they're under the shade, enemies don't burn. So you want one of those plain biomes. That would be a very preferable way. Second thing you need to make sure is you are around a lot of food. I just made a world that I spawned near a lot of cows, and you want cows over pigs. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Cows drop beef or leather, or both. Uh, Cooked beef is the most saturated thing to eat, along with cooked pork chop. They are given the highest efficiency point by the Minecraft Wikipedia, which I'll link in the description, by the way. And those two are the most amazing things to eat, I should say. However, pork chops are a pain. This is why. Later on, you can breed animals, and that's one way to have a quote-unquote infinite source of animals. And after 1.4.1, pigs have become harder to breed because they now require carrots instead of wheat. Drink my water real quick. So you always want to go for cows or chickens. That would be fine. However, chicken is not as nutritious as a steak maybe. And also, if you eat raw chicken, you have, I believe, some chance of getting poisoned. Or you can always check out Minecraft Wikipedia, obviously. Another third most essential thing, and people might say it's the most essential thing, but to me it's the third most, is shelter. And a lot of people think house when I say shelter. You don't necessarily need house. Like, you don't need, wood on the outside roof and everything. A lot of people do that. However, I've noticed like a lot of people who play the game a lot and are very experienced in it just dig down or find a shelter in a cave and then seal the walls off and light it up really nice. So that's like a natural shelter. You don't need to waste a lot of resources. You don't need to go out there and waste your wooden planks. You can use that on something different. However, any wood you cut, you want to make sure you don't turn all of them into wooden planks. Make sure you save half of them. Just for example, oak wood that you get, like let's say you get 15, only turn 7 of them into oak wood planks and leave 8. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And this leads into my fourth point, which is coal. Coal is a fourth most important part is because you can make a furnace and cook your meat in it, which is much more nutritious than a raw meat would be, and also it eliminates the chance of poisoning that the raw chicken might give. So coal is very important. Also, it's used to make torches, which lights up your houses, your caves, or whatever you use as your shelter, so that monsters don't spawn around you, about you, what have you. And so let's say you're spawned in this area where you have wood, you have everything, but you don't have coal. And you know how deep you explore, you're just not finding coal. You're finding this cobble or dirt. So what you can do now is remember the wood that I told you not to make into planks. You can put those in a furnace. Put the oak wood on top and then planks on the bottom, and you can make charcoal, which does identically everything as a core wood. However, you cannot stack them because they are identified by Minecraft as two different items. However, they do the same thing. So in case you don't find coal, you can always find charcoal. Alright, so that's why you want to make sure you're around a lot of trees. And as a side note, for trees, every time you destroy a tree, make sure you plant those saplings, because wood, you will find out you need wood for everything. And some of the resources you need to make, like doors, fences, fence gates, ladders, they're not cheap to make. So you're gonna need a lot of wood. And by cheap, I mean they require a lot of wood to make. That's what I mean. I'm not talking monetary value. Drink my water again. So you have, first we have wood, around a lot of wood. Second, you have food. Third, you have shelter. Four, you have coal. And fifth is not so important anymore. In fifth, you have these extra. We're dealing into the extras of stuff. It's still a little more necessary than the other stuff, and you wanna spawn in an area around a lot of tall grass. And tall grass, what they'll do is drop seeds. Now, when you eventually will lead into the topic of iron ore and etc. But for now, you need a, a map with a lot of a seed, I suppose, as they call it in Minecraft, a map or a seed with a lot of tall grass in it. And what happens is every time you destroy a tall grass, there's a chance of dropping seeds. Now what you can do with those seeds is, put a dirt and put it right next to water, and you can plant those seeds by using a stone hoe or wooden hoe, iron, gold, diamond, whatever. You can use those to plant those seeds down, and they will give you wheat, which you can use, number one, to breed your cows, and use number two to turn them into bread, which is food. And the number one, and as I learned, the first thing I learned in Minecraft was the number one unlimited source of food was always wheat, because you can find seed anywhere, plant them, destroy them, they'll give you back a lot more seeds than you planted, plant them again, and destroy for the wheat. Remember, every full-grown seed will give you one wheat. So 3 wheat make 1 bread. So it's not as efficient as you might think it is, but you want to use those wheat for breeding your cows, not pigs, because pigs require carrots. And that's why I'm saying beef is one step above pork chop, because in order to breed the cows, you only need wheat. However, if you're talking about pigs, you need to slaughter zombies or destroy or ransack an NPC village, because those are the only 2 ways of finding carrots. And not everyone's going to be close to an NPC village. Most of you are obviously not going to be. And then the chances of a zombie dropping one of those carrots is really rare. There's a third option, mine shafts, I think, but you don't want to depend on mine shafts, and mine shafts are not really the safest of the places. And eventually, when you find mine shafts, you're usually going to be far away from home, because you're usually going to find those when you're on your mining project, I would say. So those 5 or 6, I didn't forgot how many did I say. Oh man, this is really professional right here. So let me go back to them. Number 1 is you should be spawning around a lot of wood, oak trees, whatever, spruce, whatever. You don't want to be in a jungle biome unless you are good at Minecraft or okay at Minecraft, because the shade that jungle trees provide will prevent zombies from burning during the day. By zombies, I mean mobs in general, not just zombies. So skeletons will not burn, and creepers obviously don't burn. So second thing is you want to be around a lot of food, preferably cows or chickens, because they're easy to breed with wheat and seeds everywhere. They also steak, which is quote unquote cooked beef, is one of the most nutritious food in Minecraft next to cooked pork chop. And if you're next to pigs, don't worry, just collect them up and eventually you'll find a carrot, I guess. But better than nothing. And
Third, you want to be around a really nice area so that you can have a good shelter, which is not necessarily a house, but you can just dig down to the ground, make an opening, stuff and like that, and you want to be very efficient with the shelter because night only lasts about 10 minutes. I mean, day only lasts about 10 minutes on Minecraft, so you want to get there really fast. Fourth most important thing is coal. You want to find as much coal as possible. If not, you can turn one of those wood, which are not turned into wood planks by the way, into charcoal, which is very identical. And once again, they cannot be stacked. Coal and charcoal cannot be stacked. Fifth most important thing was seed. You want to use those seeds to plant next to water on top of dirt using a stone hoe and then putting it on top. You want to use those for wheat, which can be used for bread or breeding your cows or chickens and cows, chickens, and sheep, by the way. I guess I could add sheep to the mix so that you need a bed, but I have had a lot of experiences where sheep were far away from me and I had to go back and catch them. However, if you have a really nice shelter, you can just spend your night in there while you craft stuff, build stuff, or you can mine at night and you come out and build stuff during the day. There's always opportunities like that. Anyway, this has been one walkthrough house. I hope this was useful to you, and I'll check you guys out later. And by the way, I'm still working on Adventures with the Noob. I'm trying to get this mic to work with it. I hope I find something. By the way, I use Camtasia Recorder, so if you guys can somehow figure to do that, that'd be helpful. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.